Are we being recorded?
You are live and ready to go.
We're live. It's team meeting. It's Tuesday, and we are not Tim and Mike. FYI.
Sorry
we are
to disappoint.
Trey and Alex. The leadership, well, Rachel's here. The leadership is out of the building this morning, so we're going to have some fun. Parents are gone. We're going here. Are you clicking? You have the clicker? Okay. So starting off, Telephone Consumer Protection Act. Don't call people that you should not be calling. Check the do not call list. Alex?
Super important, especially on cold calls. Make sure you're running it through all the databases to find out who you can call. Also, if you do have an automated caller, make sure you have permission from those individuals to use that automated caller or automated text. It's going to become an issue. There's a couple of lawyers getting some stuff together, apparently, because of some issues we've had about getting more refined on this. So make sure you're doing all the right things.
Violations right now are costing between $500 and $1,500. So that's a lot of money. Don't do it, or just make sure that money is added into your numbers for your bottom line. That was a joke. Go for it.
All right. To build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. To be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. God, family, then business. And you can go ahead on these.
Okay, the Y, 4C, 2 Ts. Win, win, or no deal. Integrity. We're doing the right thing. Don't call people on the do not call list. Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication. Seek first to understand. Creativity. Ideas before results. Teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity. Opportunities for all. And success results through people. And then we are a technology company. Obviously, we're offering a platform for our agents, buyers, and sellers that they will all prefer. I can't talk. Could be a Monday.
Okay, here is the calendar for the rest of the month. Only have 4 days, including today. After team meeting, we will have Tech Tuesday immediately following. Tomorrow, we have buyer and seller net sheets with Mike Brown.
Mike Brown's meeting with the governor.
He is meeting with the governor, so we will not bother him right now. But tomorrow you can. 9 a.m. on Thursday will be the ALC meeting, and then at 1 p.m. will be knowing your website and app with Dan Turkel. 12 p.m. will be the career seminar. So bring your friends, bring your other agents that you feel like want to get a piece of what KW is about. It's a good time to bring them on over. So
boom, new agents. We have new agents. Christian Martin, Gage Brown, Tim Garrity, Stephanie Talley, Shane Knups, Jacob Smith, Derek Alexander, Haley Frazier, Caden Potter, Amber Kochenauer, Scarlett Waddell, and Jackie McMahon. Congratulations, everybody. Big month there.
Super excited to have all you guys. Thank you. We look forward to the future with you guys. How is the market? So last week's numbers, 253 new contracts, 350 new listings, 190 closings.
A lot of new listings.
Absolutely. 7-day update for all of Southwest Missouri is 532 new listings, 388 pending, and 292 closed.
Boom. In our northern counties, we've got 35 new listings and 27 new contracts, so about 8 new listings on the MLS. And then in our eastern counties, 62 new listings and 49 new contracts. So about 13 new listings. We're getting more listings.
Get more listings.
Look at
we
the
need
next page.
Got to have them. Okay, year to date, we had 327 last year. Year to date, we are at 853.
That's active residential listings.
Active residential. That's a huge uptick from our low point of the year, which was April 12th at 504. So we already have another 450 additional listing, which is great.
350.
Need those. 350.
Whatever.
Sorry, bad at math.
Okay. Booking it.
July's book.
What do we got?
Three
Atomic
clicks.
Habits. Have you read it?
I have not read it. I've heard it's very good though. So make sure you read it.
Perfect.
It's one of the ones I want to read.
What's August book?
What was that?
It was on sale last week. Is it on sale now? Okay. Is it on sale still?
Right now, it's $11.98 on Amazon for the hardcover version. So
Ooh.
$12 for a phenomenal book.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. What about August?
August book, The Psychology of Money. Also, have heard this is a very good book. I have kind of a list. These are both on there. So make sure you're taking a peek at this. These are both very good books. And I believe, Rachel, is there a discount with this one as well?
The price on Amazon for that is $17 for a paperback version. So
Ooh, expensive. Okay.
Perfect.
We've got to learn to read before we can actually read them. Vendor guide. Do we have USA Mortgage in the house? You're not. I know you're in the house.
Got anything you want to say?
Do you have anything you would like to say?
You can bring it, Mike.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, me.
You're good. I'll run it. No big.
Nothing really that exciting. USDA, really good turn times. They're saying they're about 3 to 4 days, but we're getting them same day. So that's one good thing, especially for the volume that's going through right now. But that's basically it.
Rock and roll. HSA home warranty. Do we have anybody here? Anybody online?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Okay, cool deal. Mission moment. We've got our culture winner.
All right. Let's go ahead.
Last week, it was Amanda Huff. This week, we've got Carolyn Chasteen. Nicole,
Congratulations.
do we have some notes there? Rachel, do we have some notes?
yep. So this is what Amanda said about Carolyn. She and her husband, Charles, have sent me and the team many referrals and has been a great person to talk to and vent to. I appreciate her very much for everything she's done. They even had me be a part of their personal transaction in Waynesville because they were not part of Maris. Sometimes it's hard to leverage tasks and clients out, but they do it every time without hesitation. Congratulations, Carolyn.
All right, Carolyn.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Now she'll have to come get Speedy and take pictures of Speedy this week on his adventures.
Yes, absolutely.
Make sure you take pictures. Very important.
May forget that sometimes. Don't do that.
Okay.
Broker moment.
Don's in the building.
Got anything? I can run you a mic. Cole's got you.
Make something up.
I don't really have anything. Jim is out of town today and we'll be back sometime tomorrow. I am technically out tomorrow through like the 8th, but I will be available as per usual, guys. If you need something, call me, leave me a message. I may not be immediately getting back to you, but we'll take care of it. Don't think that just because I'm gone, we're not going to get stuff done. So keep up the good work. I don't think there's anything major. No big changes. So if you need something, call me. And after tomorrow, call Jim Bullen. See you.
And did you say he's out tomorrow also?
Either late tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, so he's probably out tomorrow, so no rules. Okay, moving forward.
All right. Updates from GSBOR.
Boom, night at the ballpark. Next Thursday, August 5th, there are less than 20 tickets. We started with 500 for all of GSBOR. We are now down to less than 20. KW has 125 of those 500. So everybody wear your red that's going. If you're not going, go get your ticket. And let's have a huge present there. That's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
Gates open at 6:05. Game starts at 7:05.
All right. Young Professionals Network Happy Hour, August 17th, 4 to 6. Paulina and Blake will be releasing a little more information on this throughout the week, I believe. Is that correct, Blake? Whiskey Tango again.
We just confirmed it yesterday.
Cool.
Okay.
Anything
perfect.
else? Anything else there?
It's fun. Go, like, come out.
Go.
with us.
It's a
We've
lot of
had,
fun. Really is.
It's 70 people the last 2 happy hours that we've had. And it'd be really cool to see more KW out there.
Do you have to be a young professional?
No, it's young in your career.
Very
not in your
cool.
Age.
Okay, perfect. Love it.
Okay.
What do we got?
Okay. So
next?
Whiskey Tango, just to confirm. Whiskey Tango, August 17th, 4 to 6. Show up. Okay.
Young in
perfect.
your professional career. Okay. I Care Lunch and Learn, August 24th at 11:30. RSVP with D. Wilson. Where's this at? The Greater Springfield Board of Realtors. That's going to be a cool event. Make sure you get registered with that. Call D.
Okay, save the date on the membership meeting. It'll be at Farmers Park. It is Thursday, September 16th at 5 p.m. Make sure you stick around. Cornhole tournament at 6 p.m. We will be there, so you can definitely come have fun. I wouldn't expect to win, but you can show up. We'll give you a fair shot, I guess.
Boom. Education, GSBR continuing ed, thank goodness. September 23rd, we've got for everybody that needs ethics. There's several of you that do, so please be there. We're going to have some other CE classes, the RPR and using big data. So anybody that needs ethic training or is having trouble sleeping, please attend.
And that will be needed to be completed by December 31st. So, all right, the pink party. Trey went last year, right?
I did. It was fun.
Said it was a lot of fun. I wasn't there, obviously. Didn't have my license, actually. But Whiskey Tango, 4 to 7 on Thursday, October 14th.
Yep, good time.
Okay.
Good music. Save the date, fact or fiction at the Frisco, little tongue twister there. Thursday, October 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. Got a little bit of a trivia night going on there. And Wim Oaks is talking trash about the cornhole. So we'll see that later on, Wim. Okay.
I know there's some USA Mortgage guys that are really good at cornhole too. So
Yeah.
see what happens.
We'll see.
So thank you from GSBOR. They are on the weekly updates on their emails. At the bottom, if you read the whole thing, there's an opportunity to enter into a contest to win some prizes on there. So make sure you're reading all of those and check out the bottom of the emails is where all of this register to win for the prizes will be. So make sure you check that out.
Last week, Craig Sherarts from our office won the drawing. So when you get those weekly emails, just scroll to the bottom. You just have to click one link and then you're registered to win. So super easy.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Jinx. Okay. MegaCamp is here and we're excited. We are going to be attending for the first time ever in person. However, August 23rd to 26th, you can register to watch it here. Rachel's got some more information on the next slide, I think. How do we get registered, Rachel? And what can we expect?
Yeah, so in the chat, I've just put it in there. Right now, we have 31 people signed up for the Market Center experience. So what our plan is, primarily the Tuesday and Wednesday of MegaCamp, we're going to host the general sessions down in the training center. We have swag bags with t-shirts, Bluetooth speakers. You can expect 2 lunches and a breakfast provided to you. And so we're hoping to make another mini MegaCamp experience for those of us that can't travel to Austin. So make sure you get registered so we know how many for food to order for. If you just want to attend the digital version, we can also register you that way. Tickets for Market Center experience and the online is 150. Online only is just 119. So if you have any questions, feel free to talk to anybody with leadership and we can get you helped out.
Perfect. Thank you, Rachel.
Yep. Thank you. Anybody that has not went, most everybody that has been here since last MegaCamp has, but if you have not, when I got my license, first went over there to Alamo Draft House, I learned so much. You literally, I just took notes all day, the entire time, went back and was reading through those, learned a ton. It's an awesome experience. You get to kind of personalize what you want to go learn about. You get to pick the classes that you get to be in. Awesome experience. Make sure you check it out if you haven't so far.
Absolutely. Perfect. Okay. Going to change careers. All right, here we go. So contrary to popular belief and the wonderful Photoshopping skills here, this is not our bodies. I have not worn a crop top in a couple of years. So this is not a recent picture. However, Mike told us that he wanted us to talk a little bit, and we've got something written up here, culture of productivity. So something that we have felt has been pretty important. Everybody hears about the culture of KW, right? Drink the red Kool-Aid and everybody get on board and it's all love from here. But what does culture actually mean? And something that we've talked about a lot before and had the discussion is, if we're talking to new agents and they say, why should we come to KW? And we just say culture, right? What does that actually mean? In most people's mind, it's cupcakes and rainbows and everybody's hugging everybody and everybody's happy. Awesome, great, love it, absolutely. Here's another point of view that we have seen that we actually started a 5-minute conversation that turned into a 3-hour conversation upstairs one day. With Rachel and Dan and Tim, and we'd locked ourselves in office and kind of went back and forth here, is what is KW culture actually? And what we came up with is it's a culture of productivity. What that means is for us specifically, and I know I'll speak for myself as well, is being able to come into an office every day where we get to see all of you guys and everybody's working hard and wants to better themselves and better their future. To us, that's the culture of productivity, of being able to be around that on a daily basis, and constantly having that energy and that fire every day when we walk in, so that we know that we're going to be at our best to better ourselves and to better our future. And we know everybody that we're around is doing the same thing. And you don't get that at every office. And I know a lot of people that have been at other offices, and I'm speaking from my personal experience as well, is you walk into the office and it's dead and nobody talks to anybody and everybody's there for their own personal reasons. Get it. We have a job to make money, right? That's why we have a job. And we're here for business purposes. However, when you can walk into a building and see so many different faces that are working towards bettering themselves on a daily basis, that's what drives us and that's what pushes us to make ourselves better on a daily basis. So to us, that's the KW culture, is a culture of productivity and being able to be around other like-minded people that are concerned with bettering themselves and creating a better life for them. So that's one thing that we wanted to touch on. Keep that fire and keep that rocking and rolling so that we can all push together and create better futures for all of ourselves and families.
You know, we were both baseball guys too. So, you know, a big thing with baseball is, yes, it's a team sport, but it's an individual sport played as a team. And that's what we've seen a lot of, you know, diving into what Keller Williams is we may not be all playing the same individual sport, but we're playing it as a team. If we come in and we can all see that somebody else is going out and busting it, it's just a, I don't know, internal thing that drives you to be better. When we come in and see other agents killing it, getting after it, having a good time, it's a culture of winning and we enjoy it. It's something that we've seen and been able to transition from our past lives in baseball and also business and life into Keller Williams and seeing other agents really push to be the best versions of themselves that they can be.
Absolutely. I know this office specifically has changed our lives, and I know it's changed a lot of other lives, even just on a daily basis. So keep it going. You guys are awesome. And let's keep having fun.
So question for you guys, after you switched the mindset of realizing the office is a culture of productivity, how did that change your thought process and the way you looked at your business?
I love Rachel's questions. But I started to look at it more of as a team game. Instead of just looking at it as a bunch of individual offices where the doors are shut, I started realizing how many doors are open. You can walk into any office in this building and ask a question, and you're going to get an answer. That is a team. If you walk in, you know, you make a call to somebody. If you have something that you have trouble with, you walk into anybody's office, you're going to get answers. And seeing other individuals grow has been a big piece to that team. Is we're all growing together. We're all growing towards winning. Whether that's your personal life, your business life, whatever that is, you're looking to win. And that's something that we've seen throughout the company, especially since we've shifted that mindset, is how can we go out and also relay that to other agents. Is when people reach out to us, we wanted to have definitive answers of, this is what we feel. It may not be the cookie cutter answer that everybody's looking for. This is what I feel when I come to the office. I'm motivated by being around people that are constantly pushing themselves. And I think that so far, I mean, when I've talked to people, it's something they've been drawn to. They at least want to come get in the office and see it. I've seen that transition of when people are outside and have not been in this office, they don't understand it. It's hard. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't understand it. So they've wanted to at least get in the office and see it. And once they have seen it, it's always a kind of eye-opening moment to, you know, holy cow, we were upstairs with an individual that was at a different brokerage, and Doug Lutz just popped in, had an off-market deal. We were talking about it and, you know, talked for a quick 5 minutes, and then he left, and the other agent was like, whoa, like, what was that? You know, they don't see that elsewhere. They don't see other people coming into offices and offering information, help, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's been a big shift for me personally. And Trey, I know I won't speak for him, but it's been a big shift for me in my mindset.
I think the mindset is competing together versus competing against each other. And I think what that means is we are obviously all in the same industry and we're all doing the same job. And our goal is to go out and get clients, right? And a lot of other brokerages, from my experience, is we're all competing against each other, and don't tell me what you're doing and don't talk to my people and things like that. Here, that example exactly is a Doug Lutz or anybody else here. I mean, it happens on a daily basis of people coming in saying, hey, what do you have? What upcoming listings do you have? Or what are your buyer needs? And we're all working together. I mean, we see it on the Facebook page on a daily basis of, hey, here's what we've got coming up, guys. Let's help each other get to a common goal. And it's not me versus you. And this was part of the negotiation class last week in Ignite, is it's not me versus you. It's us trying to get our people together to a common goal. And that's the mindset of this office. And so going back to originally, you know, it's being around people that are constantly working and constantly have the mindset of let's push forward and let's get better, whether that's learning or whatever it is. We're working together to push each other so that we're all elevating each other. And I can't remember the term, Rachel, but is it pushing off of each other? Is that the term we've used?
Yeah, it's more of pulling each other and helping pushing each other off that energy compared to always having to just drag them along through that.
Yeah, so there's no dragging going on.
Yeah, so my next question is, absence of value, price becomes a factor, right? So what would you guys recommend to agents, veterans, new agents that maybe haven't plugged into the value or don't know the right questions to ask to find that value? What do you recommend that they do?
Is that what the value within the office? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, especially the value in the office and the value you've also seen through KW.
Well, okay, so I think there's two things there. One, could we absolutely do this job on our own? The answer is yes. Could we go do this job from home, from a different city, from anywhere else where buyers sells from our own office, and the door's shut, for example's sake? What we see is, and the story of Doug keeps coming up, however, that there's so many different agents that stop in the office and a little sliver there. We're always talking to each other. There's two points there. One is that for us, I know it's a motivation factor and it helps us to keep, I mean, everybody's got days. You can read all the rah-rah books and listen to all the YouTube videos you can, but there's going to be days where you come in and the fire is not elevated all the way there, right? You're going to need a little bit of help getting pushed there. And that's what we get on a daily basis. When we come into the office, we have so many other people around that have that fire. And so that's where the team aspect comes in, is we feed off of each other's fire to keep our fire high at all times. One, two, right now specifically, when it's so hard for buyers we're writing 6, 7 contracts and we're trying to find houses. When we're in the market, I mean, it's like a revolving door of everybody is going along. Hey, what do you have coming up in this price range? What do you have coming up here in this town? And so the value there is we know what's coming on the market before it actually comes on the market. And there's kind of 2 ways to work for your buyers right now, is you can sit and wait and watch the MLS to see what pops up, or you can be in here networking and talking to other agents so we know what's coming up. And there's a huge value there. We've gotten several buyers just in the past few months under contract on houses just by talking to people in the office. So 2 parts to that question, Rachel. One is feeding off of each other's fire in the office and help everybody keep going. And it's just a fun atmosphere to work in. 2 is the knowledge and training. When you're around something constantly and something's being talked about constantly, it's going to fill your head, right? So when we're constantly talking about the world of real estate and the changes that are going on, you're going to be the first one to know about everything. And then you're able to relay that onto your clients and be the professional that your clients deserve.
Okay, so my last question for you guys. What would you do to encourage new agents to get plugged in? What activities, what classes, what trainings have you guys plugged yourself into to see the value that has taken your business and allowed you guys to have such exponential growth?
Yeah, for new agents specifically, even the individuals that, maybe just joined on in the past month or so, past couple of months, plugging into the contract classes kind of day one was a huge piece to me. Was that something you're going to have to learn? Our brokers do a great job with working through that, having any of your questions answered. But another big piece for me was that, day one when I met with Tim was, hey, try to treat this job like a 9 to 5. I know it's not. But if you do that and you are in the office, you are going to learn. I didn't realize how true that statement was until I took that seriously. I was in the office as much as I possibly could to learn. That was popping into other people's doors where it's nerve-wracking to walk into somebody's office. You don't know the culture yet, and you're going to have to ask a question. Try it. Just try it. Pick a random door. Go ask a question. I promise you, you will get good results. I still do it. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I had a call. I was running comps on a property. Amy Malaya had a listing that sold, 4 or 5 months ago. Called her. Every time I can call a Keller Williams agent, I know I'm going to get a great answer. She talked to me for 20 minutes about one property, about how she comped it, how she ran her numbers. Got me information on more pictures and stuff like that, just so I could make sure that I was putting my best foot forward for my clients. She did not have to do that. 20 minutes of her time going over one property with me that was going to be a comp for us. So I know that when I am speaking to another Keller Williams agent, especially somebody like that, I know I'm going to get their best, which is something you're not going to get somewhere else. And that's been a huge piece to me is, taking that initial step and make that call, walk into that office, ask the questions, and you're going to get huge returns off of that. At least I did. Been able to make a ton of good connections with other individuals as well. There's a lot of knowledge in this office. There's a lot of very talented agents that you can go talk to that will take 15 minutes, 20 minutes of their time to break down things that you may still need to learn. I'm still learning. Every day I'm trying to learn, and I have agents in this office that can help me do that. So that's a big thing for me to plug into.
I agree. And so I've got 3 short answers there-ish. One, first off, is contracts with Don and Jim. If you don't know what you're talking about, you're not going to feel confident talking about it. Get in there, learn it. That way you feel comfortable talking about it with your clients. 2 is Ignite. I know that helped me a ton. I was in the business for 2 years, came over, took Ignite. That changed everything for me right off the bat. There's a ton of great knowledge there, and you're learning from different agents. That's the coolest thing about us is we have a different agent teaching every class. Most brokerages, you have one trainer that does everything. So you hear one perspective. The cool part here is you get so many different perspectives. So get in the contracts class, get comfortable with those. 2, get in Ignite. 3, pretty generic here, same thing. Just be in the office. Go use the tech room to work out of. Even if you've got a home office, be here in the office. That's going to be your best way to learn because you're constantly around the world of real estate when you're here. That's what's talked about 24/7. And when you're hearing about it, it's going to be little pieces that might seem insignificant, but all those little pieces add up. You get a ton of really good nuggets. Just be around other people that are doing it. A lot of people won't feel confident they're being in it. They'll get in the mindset of, okay, this is one way to do it. I was guilty of that starting off. Get in here, talk to different people and get different perspectives. I mean, every office you can pretty much just walk into and sit down. I know we've got an extra chair in our office where new agents can just sit down, and more than likely it'll be anybody, not just new agents. People just come and sit down and talk. That's the coolest part because our conversations are revolving about the world of real estate, whether that's investments or whether that's the sales side, lead gen, whatever it is. Just go sit down in an office. There's going to be all the agents here are more than willing to have you come and just sit and listen. And that can be one of the biggest things is just listen to what people are talking about. You're going to learn so much from just being here and being around all of the awesome agents that we have here. So get in the office, use the tech room, work out of the tech room. I think I worked out of the tech room for the first 4 months I was here. And it was so cool to hear people walking through and just talking and just picking up little nuggets from them. So contracts, get confident. 2, Ignite, get your business going. And 3, just be here. Just be around other people that are doing it.
Also, this is our
Sorry.
last thing, MegaCamp. I cannot stress how great the opportunity is that's coming up in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I know it's a little bit of an investment from time and money standpoint. I would bet anything it will return itself on both aspects.
Absolutely.
It is awesome that you're coming in, especially new agents, into the office at the time that you can go ahead and plan for that. It was same thing with me last year. That was kind of my first thing actually at all. I mean, that was one of the first times I was even around Keller Williams agents. Make sure you are plugging into that. If you have the opportunity, I would highly recommend making that jump and getting plugged into MegaCamp.
Trey and Alex, I think you both have such different opinions because Trey came from a brokerage and transferred into KW, and Alex has started his career at KW. So to wrap this up, what is each of yours 2-minute elevator pitch of what culture of productivity within KW means for you and how KW has transformed your business?
You want to go? I'll go. Yeah. So the brokerage I started at was very closed door. Everybody in your own office, do your own thing. You're bugging somebody if you go to them to ask questions. And so coming over here, it was, it was mind blowing how open everyone was to help me and talk to me, even though I'd been in the business for 2 years at that point and I knew how to run through a transaction. That's not the hard part. The hard part is staying in business, 1, and 2, continuing to stay learning based, right? When you have such a wide variety of personalities that are teaching these classes, 1 and 2, just being in the office to be around all the different perspectives, you pick up so much on a daily basis. So, when you're starting off, you absolutely will rise quickly to learn the transaction process, how the general part of business works. However, you kind of plateau when you don't get more varying perspectives. Being around so many different perspectives here has allowed me to continue to just constantly learn on a daily basis. And even though not that I'm an old fart by any means, but being in my 6th year in the business now, I'm just constantly learning. Every single day is something new, and we're always around the market, so we know exactly what's happening because we have so many awesome agents that are producing at such a high level that we're able to pick up so many little nuggets from them on a daily basis.
He is an old fart, by the way. But I started here, so it was something that it was kind of biased in the sense of I thought, holy smokes, the value that I'm getting, I didn't realize how great it was compared to other brokerages, other individual agents, what they were getting until I started to sit down with them and they'd, tell me things or ask me things that I was like, why didn't you just ask somebody? I didn't realize they didn't have that. And so I really had to shift how I approached that conversation with them to explain to them, this is how I learned because it was just so readily available to me. It's literally an open door. It's an open door or a phone call. That's all it is. It doesn't matter who it is. I could pick a random person in this office, walk into their office, and I'm going to get help. So that was something that I didn't understand the value until I started seeing and hearing from other people that it's just not there. It's not something, it's very unique in that aspect. So I think that was a huge piece for me. And I'm very thankful that I did not have to go through the initial stages of seeing that it's not there and then coming and seeing it. I got to just jump right in and plug right into it.
Do we keep it under 2?
Don, did you have something as well?
Yeah, Don has
I was
something.
just going to piggyback on the MegaCamp thing that you guys were talking about. Historically, until last year, you could only go to MegaCamp in Austin. We would have a couple of broadcasts in the office, but typically you could only do it in Austin. So you're looking at travel, you're looking at hotel, and the expense to go to the event was more. So the value that you're getting for $150, you are out of your mind if you don't participate in this.
Absolutely.
It sounds like a lot of money, but compared to what you would have spent and the value that you're going to get out of those 2 days for $150, don't question it. Just do it.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And I put it off for 3 years, finally went last year, and it absolutely is, it's career changing, I would say, without a doubt.
Yeah, I would agree and piggyback off of Don. When you think about $150 investment, one closing would easily pay for that. And when going into MegaCamp, it can be very overwhelming because there's so many new concepts brought your way that you're like, wow, I didn't even think of that. I could do this, I could do that. So as you enter into MegaCamp, I would challenge you to think about the 1 or 2 things you would really love to take away, whether it's adding an admin to your team, growing a team, or getting more listings, or staying in contact with your database more, whatever it may be. Figure out those top 2 things, write them down, and be very intentional on where you spend your time at in your breakout sessions. The best thing about having the digital version of MegaCamp is that you can look at these videos and go back and rewatch them, even after MegaCamp has ended for up to 6 months. So go into it with an intentional mindset and being very purposeful of this is what I want to get out of it, and seek out those classes so you can get that information.
Absolutely, and especially touching on the point of one closing paying for itself. If you go into it with an open mindset and are there to learn, I don't have my numbers in terms of what MegaCamp brought me in terms of taking that information and putting it out into the field of what it turned to in terms of closing, but I know it was at least 1. I know that happened. I took bits and pieces of what I learned at MegaCamp, and again, I was not an agent I may actually not even had, well, I may have had my license for like a week when I went. But that was something that I was able to take, new agent classes, individual agent classes, and was hearing bits and pieces of how they did things, and went and took it into my business and said, how can I plug into that? I know that I had return from that. So it will, if you are there with an open mindset or are there to learn, you will learn information that will lead to more closings.
I can vouch for that as well on a personal level. So, okay. What else? Anything else there, Rachel?
Nope, I just want to say thank you guys for your time and your insight on culture of productivity. I know when we had that conversation with all of us in the office, it really challenged our mindset and how we looked at it and how we can convey the message to other agents, especially culture being so broad, but narrowing down on productivity and how you can grow your business and how our agents here are making more money than the national average. So I think that's a really great point that you were able to provide to our agents today. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, next slide. However, it's getting hot. I need to go get my crop top for later today.
It's not skipping.
It's not skipping. Nicole, help.
Could have messed it up.
We'll have to click back on the screen to then re-advance.
Huh?
Click.
There you go.
Oh.
You missed that.
It's our
Oh,
excellent
man.
adventure.
That was our adventure.
I got it now.
Okay, quotes.
Quote, everybody thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. What change will you make today that will affect your tomorrow?
The man in the mirror. Okay, no more of that. Tech Tuesday, once team meeting is over, log back into the same Zoom room for any tech help. We will not be teaching that class. That is Dan Turkel. However, if you need any help with Instabook, we can help you on that platform. Okay, and that's it. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with us today. Hope everyone has a great week. Make it a good one. Oh, turn it back up. Huh. Okay.